If I heard that you 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 way you do it, the way I live life, way you do it, the way I live life, the way I live life, way you do it, way you do it, the way I live life, way you do it, the way I live life, the way I live life, way you do it. Way you do it, the way I live life, way you do it, the way I live life, the way I live life, way you do it. Lately I feel I can't find my feet. Pushing closer, my heart skips a beat, and now I'm falling deeper than I fly. I can't control it.
Kills. The turtle is taken from Marie. Should know what is diving in. Another arrow lands. Oh, the AOT! Straight to the front as Ramisi capitalizes.
Broadcasting live from sunny Saudi Arabia, from the heart of Riyadh. You're tuned in to the MLBB Women's Invitational 2025. This is the B Stream at your service. My name is Leo, and we'll be bringing you today's matches, 4 best of 3s, half of which are going to be the last chance qualifiers for a couple of groups, and then the other half, the quarterfinals. We're finally in the playoffs, baby. I'm joined here by Churros and Trex, and they will be calling the very first matchup. We got Virtus Pro from Mekong in Vietnam versus Terra Queens from Myanmar. This is a rematch. Gentlemen, how are we doing? It's been a rough 72 hours.
Honestly though, after seeing some of the teams goes and seeing a lot of emotions from a lot of the players, man, it just shows the reality of esports and a high-stakes competition like this.
Yeah, I mean, we had day 1, which seemed just kind of fun, lighthearted in general. Day 2, we get all of the elimination matches from cheers to tears. Here we are now, though, in day 3, and we're coming closer and closer to that knockout stage.
Today, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's another all-day deathmatch fiesta here. Every single match played, one team will be going home, and that is just the nature of the beast. That is how competition works, and more than just these individual contests of excellence in the realm of MLBB, there's also a bigger competition happening that is for the club championship. We have here the STC Club Championship rankings. So far, there's top 16 teams that have all already garnered club points, and on top is Genji Esports.
Man, okay, so after today, the top 8 teams will have club points going into the club championships, except for Terra Queens, which is not exactly a club, and so to speak.
But I mean, so many teams that we're looking at here are very close behind. EWC has just started. You have Team Falcons sitting there at the top of what we see, at least in this event. Virtus Pro right behind them, and more teams to follow, like Vitality, and just, I mean, it's a little too early to call right now in terms of EWC.
Is it though? For those of y'all who tuned in to the streams that featured Vitality, which I think, luckily we will be seeing them here on Stream B later on today, you'll know that these Indonesian queens, once powerhouses, undefeatable, immortal, limitless, some might say, owned the scene for quite a while, and now it looks like they want to get back on that throne and reclaim what is rightfully theirs, the MWI Championship. Now, with that said, we are also looking back at yesterday's events alongside a few things to help us prep for the next matches. Again, 4 best-of-3s each, an elimination, so to speak. Some of them in the quarterfinals. But again, when you do get to the quarterfinals, that's already half the battle won. You got points for your club.
Yeah, it's just top 8. All you gotta do is try to stay alive, try to survive in the next round. But man, it's not a lot of time for adjustments going into that. And a lot of teams, honestly, when you talk to them, I want to be top 4. I want to be top 3. They have that expectations already set up.
And that expectation, that desire is what starts your journey, your road to the EWC. To learn more about that, let's watch this.
So tell us about your qualifiers. How did you guys get here?
We win in Myanmar qualifier and we get champion and we beat 4-0 and then we win, go to Riyadh. Na classificatória para o MWI do Latam, a gente começou já perdendo logo no primeiro jogo. Então, se a gente fosse usar uma palavra, seria Fênix. Porque basicamente todo mundo não acreditava na gente, a gente começou perdendo e depois disso a gente ganhou tudo e agora estamos aqui.
Well, it's been hot since it was at the time when we were having our midterms exams and finals. So yeah, it was hard to focus on those both. And I was just finishing my finals and then the next day was my qualification. So yeah, I needed to stay strict on those both. But otherwise it was seamlessly easy.
Türkiye elemelerinden 1. olarak çıktık. Rakibimiz Kara Espor'du. Onları da 4-1 yendik. Türkiye elemeleri kolay olsa da EWC yeterince çok zor bizim için.
Türkiye elemelerini çok kolay bir şekilde geçtik. Türkiye elemelerinde çok zorlanmadık ama burada çok güçlü rakipler olduğunu ve bizi çok zorlayacağını düşünüyoruz. Ama biz de hazırız. Biz de iyi bir hazırlık süreci geçirdik buraya gelirken. Güzel bir bootcamp yaptık. O yüzden biz de buraya hazırız. Rakiplerimiz dikkat etmeli bu konuda.
我们是从中国赛区的选拔赛来打上这个 MWI 的名额的，对，就是先从小组赛晋级到线下的一个决赛，然后和 CETA 对阵，然后我们2-0赢下 CETA 之后就是拿到了这个席位。
So yes, guys, that was TLG. So we're so excited to see them on the battlefield, and let's all support our ladies here for MWI 2025.
What a shame that we have already bid goodbye and adieu to some of those teams that we just heard their journey about, making their way to the MWI. Of the 4 teams we already said goodbye to, Churros, who you gonna miss the most?
Don't put me in a spot. Don't put me in a spot.
It's okay.
Man.
You can say Rising Rage.
I'm gonna say... honestly though, I was gonna say Rising Rage, but after yesterday's emotions and really talking to Sa and having saying goodbye to a friend, that really hit me in that spot. And I was there interviewing them when she was showing her emotions right in front of me. CFU, yeah, man.
Trex.
I'm not going to give you a long drawn-out answer like Churro here. TLG.
TLG, again, last year, their star we could have sworn was going to shine brighter. And in that interview, you spoke to... You did their exit interview, and they said they were at least looking at top 3.
They were looking at top 3.
Or even the whole damn thing. They were looking at the championship.
They were looking at championships. Unfortunately, though, I think a lot of it wasn't a dominant game from GG when they were facing off. And honestly, though, I think they would have made it. It was just adjusting to that meta and trying to adapt to a lot of situations. But it's not a lot of time. It's day-to-day, back-to-back competitions every single time.
Let's see exactly what the hot competition brought us from yesterday's matches. Let's check out the Bravia reactions.
Good.
Satu lagi. Lu mati nggak, Pi? Satu lagi. Lu mati nggak, Pi?
Yesterday we had eliminations. We also had qualifications for the knockouts. And I'm glad to say some of those key moments happened right on the stage behind us.
I mean, we got to see a couple here. They got to see a couple on the other side. Overall, no, all the teams we saw yesterday were teams still working to make it, at least on B Stream. And now we get to really see, I mean, the two teams that we're about to see now, someone's going to move forward. This is where it's really tooth and nail on the line.
Yep. The gap grows ever larger because today it's all in or nothing. You make it to the knockouts or you go home with your bags a packing. Let's check out exactly what kind of plays happened to make those reactions warranted. These are the Kadia top plays. I like that our ladies are actually showing us all sorts of MLBB, and I'm glad that here in the MWI, within 3 days of competition, we've already seen a more diverse metagame than we ever have in all of the Esports World Cup. Again, I'm not saying I'm disappointed in the wild cards, I'm just saying MWI has impressed me even more.
Honestly, what impressed me yesterday was, I mean, the replays just showed something that we didn't see in the other side. But like yesterday, in B Stream in particular, a lot of new heroes coming out, like the Minotaurs are in, the Melissas, the Ixiers are coming back. So I like that all these countries are bringing their own country flavors into the international stage.
Not to mention the wonton presence of Yuzhong. We're seeing a lot of Yuzhong, and I'm sad that one team that played a lot of Yuzhong, TLG, has bid us adieu. But for now, let's check out the schedule for the day. What exactly are we covering here on Stream B? Again, 4 best of 3s coming your way. The first 2 matches are last chance qualifiers, deciders on who's going to make it to the knockouts. This is a rematch. Terra Queens versus Virtus Pro.
And it's an exciting rematch at that. I mean, there's a lot to focus on in this game. We got to see Virtus Pro play yesterday, and they were in motion. They were stomping those games against their own friends at that.
And we're following up with one for the Foot fans and all the dreamers out there. Foot Esports going up against DreamHack Girls, and then we're closing the day off with a couple of playoffs matches. Onyx Pertiwi from Indonesia waiting for whoever wins in that first match, and then Team Vitality, the returning and the rebuilding queens from Indonesia, waiting for whoever comes through between Foot Esports and DreamHack Girls.
Man, after seeing what DreamHack Girls did yesterday and finding their groove and being comfortable with their draft and just playing their own game, playing their own meta, throwing their own flavor into the mix, I think this shows a lot of growth over a very quick succession of days. This is the 3rd day. This is the final time that they can make it count. So just throw whatever you have, and yeah.
Of all of these, we have, of course, one highlight match. This is the S&B match of the day. We have to put a spotlight and put a podium up to this rematch. The Terra Queens from Myanmar versus the Vietnamese Virtus Pro. This is the 2nd time in the MWI we're seeing this match. And quick reminder, the first time this happened, the Burmese stood tall.
Very tall at that. But they have taken their losses. Virtus Pro has been able to hit the reset button, as many teams that we're going to be watching today have. So I think the question on all of our minds is it going to go exactly how it went the other day, or is something going to change up here?
I hate to say it, it's just been 48 hours. What kind of reset, what kind of studying, intel could you have gotten on your opponents to get the 1-up Before we start the match, let's go ahead and check out the Aramco Power Rankings. Once again, we started on day one by tiering these 16 teams. Gentlemen, do we stand our ground? Has anything changed here, or should any of these teams be moved up or down?
You know, yesterday when you guys say like, hey, there should be an in-between. There should be an A+ or S-. There should be a B+ or A-. Man, Terra Queens taking one game off of their powerhouses, the favorites, Navi, PH. This really shows that statistically they have what it takes to dominate in this game. But man, showing how Virtus.pro had that comfortability coming into yesterday's game against CFU, that shows a lot of growth and difference as well.
I agree, and that's what makes this rematch all the more a must-watch. Once again, the S&B match of the day coming your way. One of these teams might just push themselves into the S tier if they do prove that they can evolve and perform on a high level, and of course, through such short periods of time, given the rest between broadcast days. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know these teams now by first introducing the team that took Navi PH all the way. Let's introduce Myanmar's very own Terror Queens. They were once known as the Net Angels, playing in last year's MWI 2024. Of course, you have here Lainrina, Rui, Lunalin, Ku, and Sikoshi. My eyes are on Lunalin. Lunalin played in Indonesia. She showed us amazing mechanics. She was the first one to actually bring out a Selena and tell us, hey, this hero is not out of the meta just yet.
Yeah, and I mean, she played like a monster. Not only have we seen the Selena, we've seen her play more passive mid laners. We've seen her play the more kiting style. So I think there's a lot that she can bring to the table.
And she's going off against the merciless Sa. Hey, she felled her friend. She loves Tegami, but she did what she needed to do. What makes you think she will give mercy here?
Yeah, very emotional player. Honestly, the entire Virtus.pro has got her back, and I think this is where Virtus.pro really shines. They throw their emotions into the mix. They are playing together as a unit now. We can see Starsoy being so comfortable on those assassins. No more time for experimenting. No more time for trying things out. It's time to get comfortable. It's time to play what we know best.
They're relying on their two Indonesian imports, of course, to make the big picture work. Ladies and gentlemen, game number one has begun. Coach MSK at the lead, picking the play, while Destined One, the coach for Virtus.pro, going ahead and going for the double. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Churros and Trex taking care of business. Gentlemen, all you.
Starting off with the draft, kind of looks a little bit similar, but man, Terra Queens identified the R-Lot onto Daisy. You don't want to deal with that anymore. Kalea, Baksha also taken out from the hands of Virtus.pro. And Terra Queens, they identified that they want to win that EXP lane. They want to go for the heavy rotations. On the other side of the table, though, Virtus.pro doesn't want to give any hard engages, taking out the Hilda, taking out the Khalid, taking out the Uranus. So Starsoy has an easier time. Look at them high-fiving, get into the groove. They are positive. They're feeling good about this.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be overall pretty... You know, it never surprises me how different so many teams draft and how many little niche drafts and bans we see here and there, such as the Khalid ban on the side of Virtus.pro here, the R-Lot ban on the side of Terror Queens. Things are still... Since we're still kind of in this group stage, it feels like things are still very wide in terms of meta. But ENG has become a popular upfront pick for a lot of teams, and that's what Terror Queens are going to start this off with.
From what I know about Terra Queens' aggression and rotation in early parts of the map, you can see how Helena and Rui always gets into Starsoy's jungle. Remember the Uranus game that Starsoy picked up? That was where Starsoy couldn't get any resource at all in her own jungle, in her own home, and that is a huge problem. Virtus.pro identifies that, and Destin 1 has definitely done his homework. And taking out all of these aggressors, I think what's only left for Terra Queens, if they want to play in this kind of situation or this strategy, is maybe go for the Jawhead, maybe go for something like the Cho. That's super annoying and just really in your face. Virtus.pro will pick up the Hayabusa and juice in for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, immediately locking in something aggressive for Starsoy. We know that's a play that they want to go. They're a team that wants to be able to try to snowball, get some aggression early on. Also, with the Hayabusa, it's not an easy catch for the Badong. It's not that utility jungler that's going to get hit by that fist crack, so I think it's a well play by the side of Virtus.pro. On the side of Terror Queens now, Farza still open. Think it could be a solid pick, especially against the Jushin. They go for the ZTN instead, along with the Lapu Lapu.
Very good draft strategy coming in for Virtus.pro, though. They know their star players, Sa and Starsoy. So they want to lock in immediately their heroes, make them as comfortable as possible. They want to lock in the Gacha to just to try to have that zonal potential, just to let Sa do her thing like we seen yesterday. On the other hand, though, I think Terror Queens, they have something set in motion. Very divey, very high committal. You have vision play coming in from the Zetian as well. And this is how Star Soy likes to play. Using Hayabusa, finding the right flanks, and going for that back line. So Sakoshi really needs to watch her 6.
Yeah, definitely needs to watch her 6. I mean, not only that, but Luna Lin as well. The Zetian is... I mean, it's against the Hayabusa. We've seen it against any assassin in general. It can be a problem, right? I mean, it doesn't have the flicker. Yes, it has the passive, but it's a very long-timed passive to defend yourself, and that could end up being a major issue. More bans coming in into the second phase. Ling gonna get taken out. Terror Queen's still gonna need a jungle here. Lancelot still open if we're thinking of damage-type heroes. Other than that, we're just forcing the utility section.
Just denying the cross-map plays. I think for Virtus.pro, a lot of adjustments for their draft from the previous time they met in first day. So that might be a Lancelot, or if they want to go the other route, go ban out a marksman. I was going to say the Moscow, but the Irithel actually works out well here. Terror Queens looks like a very ballistic missile kind of team so far. On the other hand, yep, that's the Moscow going out. They don't want to leave anything to chance. They don't want to deal with any of those cross-map plays that Moscow might bring, that Liv might be able to just come back in the mid to late stage of the game.
So what we're looking for is a gold laner still for both sides. Virtus.pro could pick something up now. The Granger is open. Could make that a right up front pick with the Arithel gone, the Moskov gone.
You know, Granger hasn't really gotten a good win rate so far. Hasn't gotten a...
I think it's kind of turned over. But with the Arithel gone, I mean, yesterday we saw GG win both games with it. We've seen a few teams do very well. Wanwan is still open. So what does that leave left for Terror Queens on their side? 2 more picks. Still need a still need a jungler and a gold laner. Pretty much all their damage.
Right. I think right now, okay, Granger kind of looks good right here. If they want to just go ham, do a traditional front to back, you have some heavy sort of like Navy divers going into the back line, try to disrupt that 1-1. And it's very difficult for 1-1 to pop that weakness points on fighters instead. So they go for the Granger, try to get a winning early game, and then just snowball through to that late game, try to buy that time. They do have that rotational speed coming in from the Lapu and the Badang themselves.
All right, so EXP lane for the side of Virtus.pro here, along with, I mean, unless they flex Kata into EXP lane and pick up a roam, thinking we still go EXP lane. They have been enjoying the Hilda a lot. It's been a pick that's been very popular for them. They played it twice yesterday. It's not something we can completely... Oh, no, it's banned, though, on the side of Virtus.pro, so never mind.
Maybe the Yuzhong?
Yuzhong?
We're going to go very traditional, back to M3, back to M4, kind of a EXP matchup. Because Lapu's being brought back. I think the Yuzhong kind of is a non-committal hero just to pop the Zetian shield.
Definitely could pop the shield. Also can harass the Granger very well. Open up space for Liv.
Ooh.
Bring in the Esmeralda, though. Something a little bit different, but something that has slowly got more popular. Does okay against the Lapu Lapu in the XP lane as well. Can at least kind of, you know, stalemate with it. Might not win out completely, but can make rotations after clearing waves.
With the Esmeralda, you play something along the lines of a really proxy-heavy Uranus kind of strategy. You'll be able to see a lot of Daisy going into the long lanes and the side lanes and trying to cut that waves and joining in the jungle team fight. So Virtus.pro, on paper, kind of looks like they want to bring the aggression to Terror Queens instead.
Yeah, I mean, final thoughts on the draft real quick. I think both have brought something. I like the Wanwan pick. It kind of flew under the radar. It's something that's been banned out a lot. And from what we saw yesterday, a lot of teams have been shredding through with this pick. It has been a game changer. But once again, let's jump into the first game of the day. This is Terror Queens up against Virtus.pro.
Biggest question in my mind is, will Virtus.pro learn from their mistakes in day number 1? And right off the bat, I think for Virtus.pro, it's more passive. The way they want to play the jungle, leash heavy, try to get the early rotations, get Star Soy in position as fast as possible, try to deny that farm, and try to stop Terror Queens from invading into their own jungle. But hold on a second here, Sa.
Oh, already a little bit of damage, a little bit of a trade-off. The range on the Zetian is decent in that mid lane. And, you know, even the little bit of doubts, what it lacks in mobility, it does have some decent wave clear overall and can at least get some of that poke damage off.
Yeah, big resources already spent for that mid side. They're ramping up their aggression. Starsoy in enemy territory though.
Starsoy coming in. Doesn't have level 4 just yet, won't be able to secure the kill, but will at least be able to push that mid lane back to the base.
And even Stevens jungle speed for both junglers. The rotations are actually coming through much faster for Starsoy this time. She's in a very comfortable spot. What she wants to do is try to push that weight away from that gold lane so that Liv is able to just slowly free farm up. She needs a lot of space, she needs a lot of time. Let's bring that clashes away from that gold lane.
My main focus right now is the fact that both mid laners have not really rotated too much. It's been a slow pace in the beginning. Starsoy has come in along with Rui. Look at the damage. Saw goes down. KO falls as well. Starsoy forced to back off. And this is right before the turtle's going to pop up in about 10 seconds. Starsoy might fall as well. The retry does pop and Ku able to get the kill. Now Daisy just forced to go under the tower. Turtle up. Should be an easy take for Terror Queens.
Virtus Pro overthinking, right? Like, they wanted to stop Terror Queens from invading their jungles, but they're pushing the aggression onto the mid lane instead. Doesn't look like Terror Queens will have any issues with that turtle. We'll blitz that down as Virtus Pro starting to play on that back foot. It's only 2 minutes on the clock. 1,500 gold behind, and Virtus Pro really has to slowly climb back up. You can't give up any of these easy kills over the Terror Queens. They have to watch Ku though. But Dong is constantly hammering onto that mid lane.
And not only that, but Luna Lin, the moment she gets level 4, she immediately pops that Fury of the Phoenix just to get vision. And I got a feeling she's not going to be stingy with it, at least in the early phase of the game, when she might not need it as much in team fights. It's going to be about every single time she has it, get some vision, get intel. And that's going to be so important in this early first, 7 minutes of the game or so to make sure they're securing these rotations well. A little bit of damage on Ku though. Cow still unable to hit that level 4. Finally locked in. Maybe this will make a difference.
A little bit of a touch and go, but yeah, to add on to your vision point, I think the way that Virtus Pro wants to play around the vision play is using Esmeralda to hold down a lot of crucial resources away from that mid lane. No more AOG for Cal though. How will Virtus Pro play this?
I mean, I think at this point, it's 1.5k gold lead. Nothing too major. Ku does take a bit of damage. Fist crack does come in. Ku goes down, a lot of damage on a cow. Can he get away though? No, Sakoshi able to secure the final shot, 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
You see, it's a 5-on-3 down the mid side. Virtus Pro struggling to keep up with the rotation speed. You have the Lapu Lapu coming out from that bottom side, from top lane down to the mid. You have the Granger just walking all fine and dandy, uninterrupted into the mid lane. And it's basically a full-on team fight onto a numbers advantage against Virtus Pro. You have the Esmeralda. Just use the Esmeralda for that vision play. Again, Ku.
Another fist crack. Timed up with the bravest fighter. The damage on Assault drops down. The sword falls. And Starsoy trying to dash in, does pick up Helene Grina. It's a little bit of safety in the moment of chaos. Daisy now forced to back off as well. Terror Queen's just looking for the next turtle.
Saving grace, Daisy won out on the EXP lane early. I think Helene Grina just wasted the full wave. So now Daisy has free roam off that jungle. Make use of that early game advantage and try to open up that map. Virtus Pro is lacking that intel game. Wherever Rui is, it doesn't seem like Cal is giving that intelligence over to Starsoy. That's why she's guessing a lot of the hits. She's guessing where the clashes are coming from. Turtle at health.
Watch for Helene Grina in the backside, trying to get the stun. Does get flared away. AOG does not connect on anyone. Luna Lin forced to dash back. Daisy taking a lot of damage, trying to get away. But Helene Grina finds another target. Cow next on the list. Chopped down. Saw just under the tower as Luna Lin picks up the kill. Terror Queens now gonna move on to this turtle. Wait, no, a little bit of a switch up over to the mid lane. Looking for the next target. Starsoy trying to dash in. Does not have the shadow kill. This turtle should fall in the hands of Terror Queens.
Liv trading out that bottom T1. Terror Queens picks up that turtle for herself, but look at where Sakoshi is. She's just free rotating, walking fine and dandy all over that map. Whenever there's a team fight, they wait for Sakoshi to come in, feed the farm over to this Granger. She's already got that Sky Piercer, so this is gonna get scary real fast.
Yeah, Terror Queens, after the first turtle, it wasn't looking too bad. Now second turtle, another 1,000 added on to their original 1,000. They're looking at about a 2.8k gold lead. and now it could be getting out of control. We're 6 minutes in, still another turtle. The question is, Virtus Pro even want to try to contest the next one, or do they want to start trying to find ground elsewhere on the map?
They identified that Saw is basically playmaking this entire game. Now Cal split away from Saw. They're using conceal play, going up on the top. They're seeking out Liv though.
Cal gonna back off. Liv looking for some weakness points, unable to find any. Saw also keeping the distance. Does come in with a Lantern Flare, able to catch on to Luna Lin. Can this be the kill they need? No, but Helene always shows up in the nick of time. Saw forcing to flicker back. Helene gonna have to try to save herself. Crossbow tank does go off, but it just doesn't do the damage to connect. Helene Greena finally does fall as Virtus Pro puts a kill on the board.
This is where Virtus Pro comes alive, right? They're waiting for a lot of the members to come in and try to fight an even battle. Terror Queens are bringing all 5 members right from the early game, but now Virtus Pro has it all in them to try to fight back into it. Liv is starting to come online. It's a quick and easy weakness points popped as well. And they need to be able to save their resource. Just because you have it doesn't mean you need to use it. And now Terror Queens on a little bit of a defensive play. Right now they know that they're coagulating over that 1-1. They need to be able to take that 1-1 down now.
You know, one good thing about the 1-1, right, is, and as you're saying, they need to be able to take it down, because even though other members of Virtus Pro have fallen, and even though Terror Queens are sitting at about a 2.5k gold lead, Liv is deathless. Liv has been able to farm a decent amount. She's not too far behind, and another item or two, and Liv's going to start really packing a punch. Not to mention the inability to really lock a 1-1 down is what makes her so much of a threat. The fast movements, the dashing back and forth. It is a target that is hard to catch.
Yeah. Fear the Phoenix though. Sog is taken down.
AOG does not connect on anyone. Helene Greena still hanging out. Rui able to get the electrifying, beats Cal, goes down. Sakoshi picks up the kill, but the crossbow tank pops up, trying to find one. She finds it, she dashes back, but Liv eventually falls to Rui. Starsoy with a shadow kill on a Sakoshi, but still unable to secure anything for the team of Virtus Pro. Now Luna Lin gonna move on to this tower. It's 3 members down for the side of VP. Terror Queens walk away with another win in the book.
Terror Queens catching Virtus Pro off guard. Saw was just not having it. Walked a little bit too close with the Lantern Flare. Ku comes in with a fist crack, and now she's locked down. Cal, a little bit of a counter re-engage, but a little bit of a prediction error right there down the mid-side. Just missing all of that AOGs. She's not having a good game.
I feel like there's been a lot more missed AOGs than landed AOGs. And the problem is I don't know if they're being rushed. I don't know if they're panicked. But you really got to think about how you land those down, whether it's you're using them as they're trying to run away. I think it's always better to be used a little after the team fight starts.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest engage AOG person. It's very easily readable. You need to try to use it when everyone's already kind of caught up with other things.
Yeah, Virtus Pro just seems very counter-reactive. Terror Queens brings a team fight, and Virtus Pro are forced to go in for that team fight, knowing very well that they can't win. Now, 5,000 gold lead behind, and Terror Queens have the Lord marching up on that top side. Daisy giving a little bit more intelligence play as they need to try to protect Liv. She's already got 1 death, not many more, and Virtus Pro might be able to have a shot.
Oh, the damage from those Death Sonatas is starting to stack up. Luna Lin, Helene Greena, Ku, all looking for the next target right now. Just playing the distance. Lord creeping in. Oh, a little bit of damage on Sakoshi. Liv able to get the kill. Helene Greena trying to come in, trying to help save the day, but the AOG fault drops down. Helene Greena now on the run. Starsoy bounces back and forth with shadows. Liv trying to dance around, looking for the weakness point. Unable to connect, but still getting the kills, still locking them down, but now Liv is all on her own. Can she get away? Not today.
Man, that was a really good play from Liv, outplaying, jumping around, but unfortunately though, she was split way too far away from Virtus Pro, and Terror Queens have their revenge onto that kill onto Sakoshi. And look at the items real quick. The Granger already has that 3-item build. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of physical penetration just from this Granger. So 1 hit might take out half health, but Liv needs a little bit more time. That's the problem with a lot of these attack speed heroes, where Virtus Pro needs to buy time for Liv to come online. 10 minutes on the clock, 50 seconds till the Lord spawns up. Virtus Pro doesn't have control of this game.
Helene Greena once again comes in with the bravest fighter and a big stun. Liv taken out, KO'd off the map. But Helene Greena goes down as well. Starsoy trying to pick up the pieces, does take down 1 and forces Terror Queens away.
Turqueen's always fighting as 5. Virtus Pro, Starstory's always not ready. I think they need to be able to hold back just a little bit more if Turqueen's wants to bring the fight to them. Virtus Pro should just back off just a little bit more. Play a bit more defensively. Save your resources for when you can get a proper pickup, a proper ambush. Your Starstory in question. That's the vision play. Look at that back line, starting things off with Helena just jumping in